So it's like really late. You can see, I think some can see that it's at night. It's 4 a.m. And so I have been having these thoughts, and I just thought I might just like share them with you. So like one thing that really bothers me is death, is our existence. I don't know why, but I wanna understand, and I wanna really understand how and why we exist. And it's like, why were we created, and what is the purpose of this creation? Like, I want to understand these things so much, and I have been trying to do this by reading so many books and of different doctrines, of different philosophies, different books that try to explain the origin and existence of humans, the origin and the reason for the existence of humans and even life just in general. And practically, yes, some try to answer the question, but for me personally, I have not found something that really resonates with me, rather than the fact that we are gods. I like that one the most, the fact that we are gods. And so today I was discussing this thing with my soul tribe member, and I was just like, what do you think about human life? What is the purpose? Why do you think we exist? Why do you think somebody felt the need to create life? And so we debated like for a long time, or like for some few minutes. But then he asked me, we got the conclusion of this practically. We cannot, we really don't know how and why we were created, but we do know that we have a spark inside us that is connected to the creator, right? What we call the spirit or the soul. You know that you have that thing deep inside you that is immortal, that will never die, that is in within you, that like you are God, practically, just a fragment of the whole. And yes, we agree on that one. And so we go on to ask, then why would I need, for yes, I'm a God, then why would I need to create life? And so he tells me, he asks me, at what perspective are you looking at this at? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, are you looking at this from the perspective of the supreme being, or are you looking at this at the perspective of you, a human? And so it tells me, shift your thinking from the perception of a human and perceive it like, ask yourself, if you were a supreme creator, if you knew you had all of this power within you, if you knew you could do anything, you could go anywhere, like time was, there's no time for you, like you created time. Time exists because you created it, like you're everything. Like imagine that immense amount of power. What would you do with it? And so I was like, that is interesting, because I had never thought about it from the supreme perspective. I have always been putting myself in the human shoes, because that is all that currently I was aware of. Yeah. So he asked me like, what would you do? And I was like, a lot of things. And he was like, so imagine this supreme creator, like, right? So this supreme creator, the time does not exist for you. There is no limitation put on you. You can do anything you want, anything you desire. And so it tells me like, he thinks of this entity or this power like a child, as a child. And he thinks that just like the way a child is discovering themselves, like this supreme being is also discovering itself. And he tells me that the whole purpose, this is his theory, the whole purpose of the The whole purpose or the whole reason for creation of whatever life form that exists is for it to self-actualize, especially human beings, right? Because we are especially human beings, let me just say that human beings probably are aliens. I don't know if aliens have self-actualized, but yeah, probably human beings. The whole point of it is for you to self-actualize, to actually realize that you are a god, that you are one part and parcel of the creation, of the creator. You are the creation and still the creator. You are just but a fragment of the creator, right? And he tells me that he thinks of it like he is the creator now. He is bored, and he has, like, not bored, but he's in existence, and he has all this unlimited power within him, and all of this infinite wisdom. Like, he just is there. And so he told me there's a probability in order to experience himself. Like, he explains it in the mirror, a mirror kind of explanation, like a child looking at itself in the mirror and wondering, who am I? It's the same thing with this God, or this supreme being, or this super consciousness, that it's like a child that wants to see itself, like wants to understand, what can I do? Well, it's trying, because it knows there's no limitation. So what is the most that it can do? So it's like trying to see itself, trying to understand itself, probably, and it's experimenting. It's like it knows no concept of time. So for it, it's like, I don't know. So for it, it's like the time is not in existence. Time is in existence for us as the fragmented beings. So practically, this is his thought, that we are part and parcel of that unlimited power, of that super consciousness, and our whole purpose of existence is to discover our super consciousness, as in try to join back, or understand that we are the super consciousness, and that we are capable of everything that the super consciousness is capable of. I liked this idea. Let me tell you, I loved this his theory. And so practically, well, I have thought about it in different stages. I have thought about it in, like, what about the angels, the devils, the aliens that exist? And he's like, imagine pushing yourself to the, it's like trying to push yourself to the most extreme. See what you are capable of. Like, when you think of things in a certain dimension, things really shift. Like, mind really shifts when you start to think about, when I started to think about it, like he explained this, I am imagining that I am this supreme being, this super consciousness that has no limitation, that knows, has infinite wisdom. Like, there's nothing holding you back. What would I do? It got me thinking. It got me really thinking. And I have some questions, like, oh, and you have the power to create everything and anything you desire. You know, you understand that when I say, like, there's no limitation, like infinite number of possibilities, like there's no ending, there's no beginning, like there's just existence. You just are. Like, wow. No opposition. You even try to oppose your own self just to see how interesting it would be. That's what I think about the angels and demons, but I want to preserve that for another video. I don't want this to be too long, but yeah, can you imagine that? Imagine you're a super creator. Imagine that you're patent, if this theory is true, because I know that most of us, if not all of us, have this feeling that we are part and parcel of something great. You just can't explain it, right? You feel this certain type of connection to something very greater than you, but you just can't see it, or like maybe you can't explain it. And so the theory practically is, imagine you're this now, this thing that you cannot feel, right? This thing that you cannot this thing that you cannot see, comprehend. Now you are it. You're part and parcel of it. So think like it. What would you do with if you knew that you are limitless? If you know there was no bounds, no limitations, like there's no time, you have infinite wisdom, you have everything you have ever, like you are in your existence, you're the whole thing. What would you do? Like would you create also multiple universes, like create different types of beings, create even angels and demons, create just different things that just are similar to you, that just are like your fragmentations, like you're just you subdividing yourself into infinite possibilities, as many as you can imagine, and you and just and watching them unfold. The challenge is for them to try and realize that they are part of you. It's like they need to understand that they are you. That is the challenge I get. It's interesting, right? It's really interesting if you think about things like that, because then you have to start wondering, what are we really capable of? Like, who are we, honestly? You really have to wonder now. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a lovely morning. Bye bye.